Hey, what's up everybody? It's DJ Alex Brown, and today I'm bringing you a brand new light review video. We're actually at an event today. We're taking a look at the brand new SHEHDS 300 watt Beam Spot Wash hybrid 3-in-1 moving headlight fixtures. These boast a special feature of a light strip around the edge of the lens, and this is an updated version of the 300 watt that I reviewed about 6 months ago, around October or November of last year. So I have both versions, and I will be doing a comparison, comparing some of the similarities and differences between the two. But really quickly, I just want to walk through a couple of the features and the changes and just talk a little bit about the light. And then throughout the video, we'll get into a DMX demo, just very quickly, using them with DMX and taking a look at actual gig video of using these lights. So I will be using these lights for my friend's wedding tonight, Devin and Suhaila. Big congratulations to them. This wedding has been a massive undertaking, and I will tell you a little bit more about it a little bit later in the video, but it's not a gig log today, just a light review video. So once again, these are 300 watt lights. Nothing has changed there. The primary change and the most noticeable change is going to be that LED strip, that LED ring around the outside edge of the light. Now, there have been some changes to the casing of the light as well. In addition to the LED strip, they did add 5-pin DMX in and out in addition to the original 3-pin DMX in and out. It does also have PowerCon input and output, as well as a power switch on the back of the light. Under the light, there is a built-in clamping bracket. You can remove this clamping bracket, but the clamps are actually built into the light. They come installed on the light. This would mean that you need a slightly different or slightly customized road case compared to the old 300 watt version, which I did find out the hard way. It is possible to use the old case. You either have to take the clamps off or cut some of the foam out of the case, but size-wise, they are about the same. The profile for the light is different to work with that LED strip. So it is a completely different profile. You will have to create a new DMX profile for this light, but if you're looking to buy a light like this, I would always suggest just buying the latest version and just buying the most up-to-date version. The price is not very different from the old light, the old version. The price is fairly similar, and you're just getting a lot more light for the same price. The zoom, the other controls, there are better controls for gobo, pan, tilt, dimmer, fine dimmer controls. So some of the DMX tables have been updated on this light as well. So a little bit more professional control. It's definitely a little bit of a step up from the old 300 watt version, but we'll take a look at the DMX manuals and actually take a deep dive into some of those differences within this video. This video will be somewhat of a comparison and contrast just to show the differences between the two, but this is definitely mostly an updated version of the light. Some new gobos, new color wheel adjustments and features and things like that. So let's head on to taking a deep dive into some more of those features of the light right now. I want to do a quick comparison of the two 300 watt lights that I have here because this is the older version and this is the newer version. So I just want to show some of the differences between the two and let you know what's been improved on the newer version here. So first thing to start with is the boot up sequence is much faster on the new one. There is a USB-C port that I assume you can put updates on. Overall, the display is just a lot nicer here. A lot better display in terms of the features, much more clear. It's really just a lot more polished of a light. And it does have a 5-button as opposed to a 4-button to adjust. I'll show you on the back, but there is 5-pin DMX in and out on this as opposed with 3-pin as well, but the other light, the older version, only has 3 pins, so a little bit more professional grade. Under the light, there is an integrated clamp that you can remove with hex bolts, but the clamps come integrated into the light, which I think is pretty cool. And the biggest, most obvious part is that on the top that I'll show you here with a little bit of B-roll, there is an LED ring. I think it's a very cool addition to the light. Love to have it. Gonna have some fun using it. Besides that, most of it looks fairly the same. There's some changes internally as well, but we'll talk about those a little bit more later.
And now I'm just going to run you through a little DMX demo. I did have to adjust some things on the profile for this light because this light at the time that I'm recording this is not actually out yet. So I have a preliminary beta profile. So I can't really speak to how the profile is going to work when it's actually released because I didn't have the exact profile when they sent me this light.
So the clip you're looking at here is of the event that we did for ILEA recently, and you can see the light on the gentleman that's talking. The light that was projected on this man was from the two SHEHDS 300 watt Beam Spot wash lights, one on each side of him. It worked out pretty well. Obviously, moving heads are not necessarily the intended use for a stage spotlight, but you know, to be able to position them and use them in different parts of a room, I think works out really well. So that's what I use. So originally I was going to go a little more in depth with the DMX comparison and compare both lights actually set up, but I don't feel that's really necessary because I have a ton of like actual usage video that I'll show you. But I just wanted to kind of compare the tables. So the old version was a 16 channel profile, and I think the other option was 9 channels. Let's see, maybe it's only 16 channel, but anyway, the new version is 20 or 23 channels. So you get better control with 23 channel mode over that effect ring. So that's the one I'm using it in. But you have your normal fine pan, fine tilt, speed, strobe or shutter. But when we get into the dimmer, you'll see the dimmer on this one. This is what I was talking about. It's just dimmer, whereas there's a 16-bit dimmer on the new version. So a little bit more professional grade features. 2 gobo wheels, gobo rotation, prism rotation. Focus has a 16-bit focus, and the same thing, you only have regular focus on this one, no 16-bit. So you have, again, that more professional features. Frost, reset, strobe on the ring, basically all the same stuff here, just a little bit more simplified. So they added some more complexity. Again, like I said, it's a little bit more of a professional grade light on this one, the newer version, which is right here, and there's a good close-up of that mounting bracket for you.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the whole closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago.
So there's a couple things I just wanted to quickly touch on this light to wrap this video up. So there's the service port, which is a USB-C. From looking at some of the promotional photos, you should be able to power something off this. So if you have a USB-C powered wireless DMX dongle or something, you could use that. Or you can also push updates to the fixture. I'm curious how they're going to use this, but I'm excited to see that.
I know some people have commented on my other videos that they don't like when there's like an embossed logo like this, so it's pretty low key, but it is there. Otherwise, the head itself is a little bit bigger. Everything is a little bit bigger on this light than the older version. And that's really all that I have to say. I'm super happy with these lights. I'm also very excited to have 4 300-watt Beam Spot wash moving heads, so I would definitely encourage you to check these out. I'll have the video up today. I'm kind of in a rush to get this video out, but next week I should have a link in the description to actually purchase this light because it has not been officially released. I think it's officially getting released today, but they have to still send me the link to the product. So as soon as I have that, I will add it to the description of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and until next time, peace.